What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, I'm him, Giovanni, and this is another episode of The Sit Down, powered by Smoking Politic with me, Rage of Records, Rage of the Brand, Dominant Apparel, By Any Means UK, honorably refreshing for the world. The world, Craig, the world. Who we got on the sit down today, man?
Man, you already know we got Lane on the beat.
Lane on the motherfucking beats.
If you ain't know now, you know now.
They know now.
We coming all the way from Oneyville, Manton right here. Shout out to all my bucket niggas, all my west, all my south niggas. Everybody knows what's going on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just real shit we trying to breed in the music scene right now. And the nigga behind the camera, you gonna get real familiar with him. I'm telling you that now.
Yes, sir. Now, talk about, your upbringing, bro. Let the people know, my subscribers know. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Let my subscribers know, how old are you, city and state where you come from, and then we start from there.
Absolutely. All right, my name's Olanes Montez Dioka. Long ass name. That's why I go by Lane. Olane Ease.
Again, say your name again.
Olanes Montez
That's
Dioka.
a hard ass name, boy.
And it's got mispronounced my whole life. So I was born in Manville, Lincoln. I lived in Lincoln till...
Wait. Lincoln, Rhode Island?
Lincoln, Rhode Island.
Oh, shit, okay.
I lived in Manville till I was about 11 years old. And then after that, I moved... It's called Salesville, but
Right.
it's really Smithfield Ave.
Right.
And I lived right on Smithfield Ave for the rest of my from 11 to 17.
Okay.
Or 16. Then 16, moved again. But Smithfield Ave was really where I was young,
Right.
11, and really my teen years. And
Right.
where I was at, basically, it was Smithfield Ave, right? I was there was a karate spot. You go up the street, there's a park, Salesville Park.
Right.
But it was also connected to CF. You go right down this way.
Shout out
to
to
the
CF.
left.
Shout out to CF.
Shout out. You know what I'm saying? It's then you go a little further down, Pawtucket, and I used to be at the
Bucket,
skate
too.
park.
Shout out to Bucket.
The skate park in the Bucket. All you motherfuckers know. Come on, stop
Yeah.
playing. It was
Yeah, bro.
It was connected right to Fairlawn.
Yeah.
And there was an alleyway, all that shit. That's what it was. And I grew up there, and that's where that environment kind of made me who I am.
Right. Now, again, how old are you again?
28 years old.
28 years old.
December 4th,
December
1996.
4th. Okay. So, and congratulations, bro. 28 years old. A lot of people don't even get to see 21, my guy. So,
Absolutely.
now, 28 years old, I love asking this question.
Yep.
What do you feel like the meaning of life is to you so far? Everything you experienced so far in your 28 years being on this planet, you know what I'm saying? Everything you've seen, and what do you feel like the meaning of life to you is right now, bro?
In this moment in time,
Yeah.
my meaning of life, I would say, I'm gonna tell you what my dream is for real. My girl's my biggest supporter. Shout out to her, bro.
Heather
Bagshaw. She's from Indiana.
Right.
But what my biggest dream is basically traveling the world. I don't give a fuck if it's in a Suburban, a Tahoe,
Right.
a RV, but I want to be able to make music while I'm on the road going to different... It's freedom, bro. I felt like my whole life I've been a bird trapped in a cage. I only recently got on a flight in 2024.
Rhode Island's the cage, and you know what I mean? You got to spread your wings.
I haven't, bro, there's shit, it's really, that I haven't done.
Right.
And I seen as I was young, so I was EBT whole life, broke,
Right.
starving, ribs touching. But the school that I went to, Lincoln High School, motherfuckers were eating good. I remember my 10th grade year, I couldn't even play basketball because I didn't have money to for the jerseys or whatever it was. And after that, that's when I really said, I can't even believe this shit. And not to mention, everybody in my school, they just got everything they wanted, snap of their fingers, bro. They were rich. That's what it was. And I feel like me looking at that, it was just, I felt I can't even put it into words how I felt. It was kind of just when I came outside of school, reality slapped me the fuck in the face.
Right.
And I realized that that wasn't where I was supposed to be. Shout out my mom. She wanted to,
shout out to your mother,
put me
man.
in a better schooling system, whatever the fuck it was. But when I got home, it was real life. And I feel like that shit was two worlds in a way. Two worlds in a way, I would say.
Yeah.
One was school and one was fucking coming back to the streets,
Right.
dealing weed, dealing coke, whatever the fuck you want, I had it basically.
Right.
And that was basically after 10th grade, where I didn't have no money. 9th, 10th grade, basically, where I have no money to buy for jerseys, my nigga. My mom, like, she was down and out. Like, my sister got in a car crash, and fucking when I was in 7th grade, so my big sis was now, you know, had a brain injury. It was like, my dad wasn't in the pic. I had to be the man of the house, and it was
Right.
like, that's just what it came down to. And, you know, it made me who I am.
Yeah,
So
but I was about to ask that. So basically, all that just sharpened you up, man.
I
You know
have
what I
a
mean?
valuable experience
Yeah.
from that, but also a lot of trauma and PTSD.
Right. Now, since you talked about the trauma and PTSD and stuff, you opened the door, we're going to go right in it.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to save this for a little bit later, but since you opened the door, we're going to go in it.
Yeah.
Mental health, bro. It's May. It's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah.
I feel like it's Mental Health Awareness Month every day. Shout out to my man Vibe. He
Absolutely.
pointed that
mental
out.
health every day.
How do you get over your storms? What do you do to get over your storms when you go through it, man? Because you know nobody's immune to this shit.
Yeah.
All of us suffer from some type of mental illness. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
different levels and different storms for different folks. So when Lane on the Beast goes through his storms, what do you do to you know, get out of that mental prison?
So, basically, ever since I was 9 years old, I've been smoking weed. Now, I'm not going to say at 9 years old I was a fucking full-blown pothead, right? But I was introduced to it at 9 years old. I didn't really start smoking till 11. But that door was open very young. That's all I'm going to say on that. And I was smoking weed every day pretty much until like 17, 18. And I'm talking, you know, as years went by, more and more. Like 13, I'm smoking half ounces, 14, full zips, and so on, my nigga. And it was like, I remember walking to fucking Food Mart and fucking Pawtucket to get a single Dutch Master, the game ones, the mini cigarillos.
Yeah, I remember them
They
joints.
don't even have those no more. But at that age, I was just smoking a shit ton of weed, popping Molly here and there. You know how it was back in the day.
Yeah.
Bunch of Molly, but it wasn't real Molly. It was just straight crystal.
Yeah.
And when you got real Molly, you were actually like, oh, this is actually crazy type shit. I was on that way for like 2 years, and by 17, I started drinking a pint of Bacardi every day, for real. Like, I'm not joking. Fuck my stomach lining up and everything.
Shit.
And right after that, I was dibbling dabbling in with Ye, and one of my, like, I thought it was, you know, Ye wasn't Ye. Let's just put it that way. After that, I really fell hard on opiates, bro.
Right.
Those perks, I was fucking popping perks, sniffing perks. You name it, bro. I was opiates.
Listen, you know, I'm going to jump in that paint with you, bro. So before y'all sitting here in the comments trying to judge this man, listen, if you guys is going to know, go to my earlier work on my playlist. You'll see that I spoke about this before I was monetized, man. I dabbled and dabbled in a lot of shit. I done fucking smoked crystal meth, sniffed crystal meth, smoked heroin, sniffed heroin, sniffed Ye, all that shit. The only thing I didn't do was smoke rock and shoot heroin. Shoot it up in needle. I might as well have done that. You know what I mean? I was mixing perk 30s with blues in Philly.
Zans.
I was out there in Philly unconscious, bro. Mixing the perk 30s with the blues, the football ones. You know what I'm saying? Them Jones.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So before you guys sit here and start judging someone, man, you know, learn somebody's story. Learn their history, bro. Learn why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then obviously you see I'm not and he's not no longer indulging in them type of things, activities.
Nope.
You know, and we hope, and I can speak for him with this, we both hope that you guys, anybody that's watching this, you're fighting any addiction,
for real.
get over it, man. We hope that you get over it. We pray for you.
Not even get over it, bro. Know that you're fucking strong enough to do
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like, your
That was
inner
the
strength,
wrong choice of words for me, my bad.
No, but it don't matter. You got the message.
Yeah.
And I'm just here to say, I lost my nigga Marvin 2 days ago. Rest in peace,
R.I.P. to him.
R.I.P. But I've lost so many people to ODing. Because this new game, it's not just, you know, dog food, aka heroin.
Right.
It's not. It's fentanyl and everything. So please, just put that shit down. You don't know what you're getting. Keep a test kit. Whatever the fuck you gotta do to, you know. But really, I'm telling you, that shit is claiming lives. It's ridiculous. And I'm not trying to be a preacher. I'm just, you know, telling what my story. You know what I'm saying, my nigga? Yeah. And what I went through, you know, I'm no longer doing that. I'm 4.5 months clean. 4 months and 4 days. I ain't even gonna cap.
Congratulations, man.
But you know, I'm motivated more than ever now because because of the shit I went through and
Right.
everything I've seen. You know, it shapes you into who you are.
Right.
And I'm a better person now.
Right.
And that's all I'm gonna say. And I know everybody who's struggling with this shit can get through it, because shit, if I can, if this nigga can,
Yeah.
you know you can.
Facts,
Come on.
bro.
Like, you just gotta find whatever you fucking love or whatever passion, and just head first into that. It ain't gonna be easy, but you can fucking do it.
You know what?
Best
Shout out to Boy Wonder out there in Newport, Rhode Island. He used to tell me all the time, you're the flyest fiend I know. He used to tell me that all the time.
That's crazy.
He said, for real, because people, I don't hide my shit. I live my truth.
Absolutely.
That's the problem. We was just speaking of this off camera, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are living a lie. They have this facade, right?
Yeah.
And people like us, when we step into a room, when there's people are in there living a lie, we're going to make them uncomfortable. They're immediately not going to like us.
No.
You know what I mean? Because why? They're living a lie. We're able to live our truth. So, you know, like I said, that's why I jumped in the paint there with you, because I could relate. You know what I mean? I was there. I was there. I didn't let none of it consume me the way marijuana does. But thank God marijuana was the one to consume me versus the yay, the perks, the
Facts,
fucking
bro.
Zans, the motherfucking whatever else I got my hands on.
That's exactly
Trying to sell, quotation, but I was doing more than I was selling. Fuck you, me.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
make it make sense.
Trying to sell. Don't even get me started with that. And that's why it's like, yo, live your authentic self, bro. I
Facts.
feel like we're in a day and age where, you know,
It's a
if
slower
motherfuckers
grind,
wanna
not to
hate
cut
now,
you. Yeah.
That's cool, bro.
Yeah.
But I feel like since opiates is such an epidemic, motherfuckers ain't just looking at it like he's a fiend now, because guess what? It's gonna be, you gonna feel the pain. I guarantee
Now
every
being a fiend is
motherfucker
cool
in
now.
here has lost someone they know to opiates. And this ain't a game, bro. This is a lie.
Or just
We're
drugs,
losing.
period.
Drugs, period. But
Alcohol.
I'm just saying, now they're realizing
Yeah.
why drugs is at a forefront now.
Yeah.
Because they are losing people important, but we've been losing people important
Right.
because of drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you know, some of my subscribers are gonna kill me if I don't attack this again. Now, how do you get over? You used to escape with the drugs. Now you don't do that. Congratulations.
Yeah.
How do you escape and get out of that mental prison when you're going through your mental stuff? You know what I'm saying? Depression, anxiety, all that.
So let me tell you this straight up. Opiates, right? It's got a huge mental craving, but stimulants, aka coke, yay, crystal,
Right.
that's where the real mental battle comes. I did opiates, I touched uppers, wasn't really for me, but so for me it was basically getting over the first week of being sick, you know, throwing up, you know, what you name it, shakes, all that. But
The
it's
coming
like,
down is nasty
yeah,
work.
it was nasty for me. So after that, that's when it's just cravings,
Right.
specifically mental.
Right.
You're like, all right, I could just do it one more time. You can't.
Yeah.
But your body's telling you, your brain's rewired in such a way. But for stimulants, that's a straight mental game, and I feel like people don't talk about it enough because it's like, oh, you're not sick like this, but you are sick. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Right.
so all I'll say is, whatever your drug of choice is, just, you can get over it, man. I'm telling you, all it takes is, I'm not saying it's easy. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be gut-wrenching, but I'm telling you, if you find something, that little light, try and focus on that little light every single day when you wake up. I promise you, that light will become brighter and brighter and brighter.
Right.
And that's addiction in a nutshell, you know?
Right.
You know, it's,
All right, people, we're gonna be right back.
yeah, you
Subscribe and hit the bell to the channel.
Let's go. Get it! You already know how we coming, man. Stop playing with us, man.
You know.
Smoking and politicking, laying on the
Sir.
beat. Finally coming together, bro. And all I'm gonna say is one thing, bro. This is all authentic vibes. And we taking the fuck over, nigga.
Yes, sir. Now,
Yep.
to go back what we were speaking on,
Yep.
you know, again, now this time, Lane, I know you went everywhere. You went everywhere with it. I know this is your first interview, and shout out to that. You remember when you guys seen it first, Lane on the Beats fucking first interview. And shame on y'all that's out here doing interviews. And how I come here, I've only been here, and you know, I've been here 2 years, back home for 2 years. I took a year off YouTube. Imagine if I came here and started going crazy like I'm doing now. Imagine, but I said all that to say this, ask y'all this. How dare y'all not, how am I just come back here, and I'm the first one interviewing this man. Make it make sense, bro.
I guess I took a hiatus for 5 years.
Nah, but F
I was
that.
out from 2016.
It don't
till then,
matter.
bro.
Listen, bro.
Yeah,
this
right.
is why Rhode Island is nowhere where we're supposed to be, where we should be, because there's so many dick pulling, selective politicking, and he only has such and such followers. You know, there's people out there with 14, 15,000 fucking followers and subscribers, and they broke as fuck. They asking for rides. They're asking to hold a fucking $20 till they get paid, till they get this, that. And then there's people out there with fucking barely no subscribers and barely no followers, and they got a bags,
It's
plural.
like that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
To get your shot, or to even get a little bit of light. And I feel like this is why when motherfuckers work with me, bro, you leaving the ego at the door, bro. Cause I'm not. It's really like, if you want to create something special, bro, we all need to have input, and niggas' feelings can't be getting hurt, bro. That's all I'm saying. Because it's just simple, bro. Like, there's so much ego in this state that it's like, you really. It's always a dick measuring contest for real, my nigga. Like,
wow.
It's crazy, bro. And it's like, I'm the type of nigga who.
That's signs of
who just
insecurity,
supports
bro.
motherfuckers
That's
in the
insecurities
background,
right
bro.
there. That's
like, I'll be
insecurity.
that person. I'll support you in the background.
Right.
But I like, it's like motherfuckers don't want to even do that at all. But like they own guys.
Listen, hear me out.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off. People want to be front and center. They want to be the man. But they don't want to take the man sacrifices, the man chances, the man. When you're the man, you have to put everybody else in front of you. People just want to be the man and have that title and not earn it. And not have to deal with what comes with being the man or the woman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, bro. Like I said, bro, like it's a lot of cock pulling out here and selective politicking, and shame on motherfuckers that's out here doing interviews. And I just come back home. I've been gone 9 years, and I've been back 2 years, and I'm interviewing him. So remember where the fuck you seen it first.
Let's go.
Smoking politic with me,
bro.
Fuck
you
you talking
know,
about?
man.
And he got the shirt in the car. You'll see it later.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
We don't even gotta say too much.
Now-
That's the thing, bro.
Here you go, bro. So
we about to move in a way that it's gonna be so. It's gonna be like a motherfucking bomb dropping. That's all I'm gonna say.
now, speaking on that, so it's like
Yeah.
you see every other places, right? How they support one another. You know what I'm saying? And they push
Absolutely.
whatever he or her is
Atlanta,
has the
every
glow.
other-
Yeah. Where you feel like our disconnect is as Rhode Island as a whole when it comes to that.
I would honestly say it's just ego and beef, bro. This is, there's beef everywhere in this small
Okay,
ass
minus
state.
the beef,
Minus
because
the
we
beef?
get it,
Alright,
because it's
yeah.
blood loss. Minus the
Minus
beef.
the beef,
where
it's
you
ego, bro.
There you go.
Motherfuckers, like we just talked about, they want to be the one that's shining, but it's like motherfuckers don't know how to play their roles, bro. Sometimes you might not be an artist, but you wicked good at graphic designing. Sometimes you might not be
Wicked good at
graphic
promoting.
designing. You good at making beats. You good at promoting. You good at this, bro. Find your lane, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you get into a bag, bro. I feel like people are just so worried about the shine and the clout and the social media age that they forget that you got families to feed, bro. We all do, and that's
Right.
what we doing this for.
And shout out to Stay Low to come up.
Shout out TJ. Shout out
Man.
Stalo to come up, man.
We gotta get him on the platform, especially.
just genuine,
And you know, I want to shake your hand. You're the first engineer that's blessed my platform. I've been trying to interview engineers since I started this YouTube run in the Bronx, and it just never got to happen, man. So I feel like I want to give you your flowers, bro. You know, I should have did that in the beginning,
no, stop.
but I want to say I'm proud of you, bro. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, bro. You could be easily using what you've been through and what you overcome for the last 4.5 months as a crutch, as a fucking excuse, and you're out here and you're laying on the fucking beats.
And for people that get it fucked up, I'm a motherfucking engineer. And just like he said, like I'm a producer, but I'm an engineer too. I don't got my booth up yet, but everything is gonna come, and I'm not gonna speak on it. I had a problem of just posting too much, not doing enough. That shit's dead now.
We all do that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's and
I fall
have to
victim
learn
to
as
that.
well, bro. We're all works in progress, and as long as we can come to an understanding, I feel like, I swear to God, this state is good, bro. We're in good hands.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I can say. There's so much talent out here that if we could just synchronize, bro, motherfuckers won't look at the motherfuckers will look at us like, damn, they got some crazy motherfuckers there. You hear that shit, bro? Like, you hear this, like, countless shit, bro. We just gotta. And I know motherfuckers I've seen so many interviews. Everybody say this, but it's like, we gotta take more actions to get there. Like, put the ego down. A little bit more. That's all.
you know, to finish handing you these flowers, my guy, and all the engineers and producers, you
Absolutely,
know,
all the engineers.
Without y'all, we wouldn't be having this amazing music that we are, you know, grown accustomed to enjoying, you know, and that's in every genre.
Shout out my
every
brother Tone,
genre.
well known.
Yeah, shout out.
Like when I tell y'all,
His interview coming soon too.
Yeah, you gonna hear this.
Setting the Tone interview.
The Tone and LBL shit. When I tell you that beat, how it came about, it was just so authentic, right off top.
Laying on
and you see what I'm saying? I'm not tripping off that because I got blessings coming my way.
Yeah, bro.
And it's like everything happens so real, and everything I know is gonna continue to happen in such a way that I'm just happy to look.
That's why I do free interviews, bro. Because I know it's gonna come. I know the bread's gonna come, bro. It's inevitable. I know you have dreams just like I do that you're already rich. You already made it. And then when you wake up, you're kind of sad, but at the same time, you're motivated. No, I literally have dreams. I feel it. I know like it. That. It's inevitable. I know it. I feel it.
I had to sit down myself and act like, you know, yeah, it's good that you're motivated, like really motivated, but like try and find a balance because you will burn out. You know what I'm saying? So I got to find a balance, and I'm finding it thanks to my girl. You know, if I didn't have, she's more than that, bro. She's like, she's my manager. She's my business partner. She's everything, and you know.
Listen,
you need that.
I'm glad you brought that up. Let's talk about relationships now, bro.
Let's do it.
How important it is, you know, for us as men and women too that are in our lane, women that are in my lane and women that are in your lane, because there's women producers, engineers, and artists, and there's women that do podcasting and interviews. How important it is for their partner to have that right partner to understand what we're chasing. How you important it? And shout out to your lady, bro.
Thank you so
because
much.
You know what you speaking like that about your lady, I can relate because I got one or two.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? So
you get it.
How important? Yeah.
It's
so
really
I overstand.
So what it is, it's think about it like this. You doing everything on your own. You stepping, and let's just say I'm a producer, right? You gotta network, do all this shit, step. Go to places, extend, do whatever. You know how it goes. It's the entertainment industry. But if you have someone, aka it's your significant other, that understands your dream and is also, not to mention, a little bit smarter than me, for real.
Yeah,
she
they usually are.
Shit that I don't, and it's like it's literally, it's just a blessing, and you need that. And I feel like, so I'm 28, my girl's 43.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people would look at that like, oh, that's weird. Like, bro,
nah,
no,
not at all. What the hell?
Like, there's girls my age that just wouldn't be able to understand my vision and where I want to go.
There is, but it's rare. It's a needle in a haystack, but there is
rare.
Though. We can't say that there's not because there
I'm
is.
not saying that at all.
No. I just had to. I'm helping you. You know what I mean? Right
Absolutely,
now. I don't want you to get torched in the comments.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, it's
but I know you meant no wrong with it, but I just had to be politically correct.
I really
no, it's all
that.
good. No, but there is. Trust me, there is. Like, but it's like it's a needle in a haystack. But I understand.
Yeah.
I don't think it's weird. Shout out to that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
that's all I want to bring attention to. Is if you really find someone you met genuinely and y'all just hit it off, and from there it was just you knew, run with that shit. Don't give up on it, bro.
Yeah.
Just do it, bro. We trying to build real fucking foundations out here as families, as everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you find that person, you'll know, and just keep that shit close, because you're gonna grow way more than if you were just by yourself.
Right.
And I know how hard it is, to let someone in sometimes. I still have trouble with that.
Right.
Like, I really do, because, you know, it's always like putting your heart first, not letting someone in because of all the trauma you've done. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard, and I still have trouble with that. But shout out, you know, everybody who's going through what they're going through and has that person, or even don't, you know, like, everybody's winning, bro.
Now, let's you know, real topics, real issues on this platform, brother. When it comes to the youth, bro, and the lack of resources nowadays, like, you know, you're 28, so you were coming up at the time when it was starting to end.
Absolutely.
I was in the golden age when they had everything. Summer camps, after school programs, so many programs you can't even, it'll make your head spin.
It was nuts.
Arcades, bowling alleys, fucking lock-ins in arcades. Shout out to Ryan's, what arcade back in the day? The Wow Center in Newport, Rhode Island, in Middletown, that is.
You know,
we had a lock-in.
That was the only thing I could really remember.
Yeah, shout out to AS220, man, the good people.
Had, like, music incorporated, but I feel like entertainment industry-wise, that was the only place that you could really go here. And I mean, even if you lived in wherever in Rhode Island, you know, that was the place, that was it. And I feel like there needs to be more spots like that where the community can go. And no, it's not going to solve all the shit that's going on. But you
Nah.
know what? It's a motherfucking step.
Yeah.
And that's what we got to be taking steps.
Right. I apologize, people. Subscribe and hit the bell to the channel. We on the road to 5,000 subscribers.
Hit that subscribe button. He's going way the fuck up.
We are.
See the correction?
We are.
And that's
It's
how
a
you
collective,
know we
bro.
authentic, bro.
Listen, bro. Let me. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I need to preach this to you. It's up to the people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for you and the people to embrace me, same thing. Let me take myself out of the equation.
Yeah.
The Kai Cenats, the Mr. Beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see how they have a cult following, right?
Yeah.
The Joe Rogans, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Goals, right?
Yep.
If no matter how professional, how great, how top tier quality their content is, how consistent they are, if the people, their subscribers, their cult following didn't embrace them, subscribe and hit the bell to the channel, engage in the comments, share their stuff, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend,
Everything.
they wouldn't be doing nothing on YouTube.
And guess what?
Kick,
That don't
Twitch,
cost
wherever.
money, bro. It's just
I mean,
if you really fuck with someone, just share that shit, bro, because that's all it takes, bro. It's not no money in this. It's not even niggas begging for shares. It's like, if you like something, do that shit,
Right.
bro. And don't fake it. Don't act like you don't like it.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Come on.
Yeah.
That's all.
You know, how do you feel about, I'm sorry, people. People are like, yo, if you're high, you're going through it right now. That was crazy right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How do you feel about, when people, sit on your, I say this a lot, and it's because it's facts to me. People expose themselves on social media every day how they truly feel about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it sounds petty, but it's I'm real big on little things, right?
Absolutely.
So when you see people following you and they never in your likes, never engaging in your shit, maybe once in a while, and then they watch your stories faithfully, or they take a break, come back watching your stories, but never in your likes. But then you see them in everybody else's likes, even in fucking Tekashi 6ix9's likes.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
How does that make you feel? You know what I mean? Because to me, I just feel like that's the weirdo shit. Weirdo activity, opportunist. And what else are you willing to do behind closed doors if people wouldn't find out?
It's just not genuine. Let's put it real. It's like I said previously, if you like something genuinely, if you laughed, loved it, like the message, anything, just throw a like, bro. And it's like, this is how I feel. I feel like motherfuckers want to keep supporting the motherfuckers who already got the bread, my nigga.
Yeah.
They good for life.
Yeah.
My nigga, look at it from a position, we're trying to grow.
Mm-hmm.
They got the bread. They good. They secured. And you over here like, oh, so like, it's just a comedy show.
Nobody wouldn't be all over Adam 22 or Tekashi if they are everything how they are, right? They're still the same person, but they worked at, let's say if Adam 22 was manager at Walmart and Tekashi was a fucking working at fucking Snipes and he ratted on everybody. It's the same thing. Nobody will fuck with him.
No.
But they're on his cock for why?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because it's entertainment.
Because he got a bag.
And that's
He got a bag.
And it's all fiction.
So I feel like, go ahead.
No,
I always say, what else are you willing to do? So what are you willing to do behind closed door? If you're over here publicly liking Chomo stuff and rat stuff, what are you willing to do for clout, money, and fame and opportunity?
And it's like, to add on
They
to
need
that,
knee pads.
To add on, I'm that type of nigga who's like, I've been around celebrities. I don't introduce myself, bro. But there's niggas, they be like, starstruck.
Yeah,
bro,
phones out,
beings,
picture.
Bro.
Man,
they going through problems just like us, bro. And it's like, I look at everybody like that. I don't give a fuck who you are, bro.
Right.
I look at myself, I'm humble, but I know that they are human. They bleed just like us. They pee like us. They shit like us, my nigga. So stop acting like they God, bro. Like,
you act like this, right? Because I've been around a bunch of celebrities. Been in studio sessions with a bunch too.
Yeah.
You act like you belong in that room too, right?
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like,
act like you been there, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? And that's how you do shit. And it's like how you look at shit. It's like, it's just real. Like, they human. Like, come on.
Yeah.
They ain't nothing. It's like, shout out to all celebrities doing their thing. But it's like, my nigga,
well,
we
not
hungry,
all celebrities.
bro. We hungry now.
He was a weirdo.
It's like, that's what it is. And it's just, you know how it is, bro.
Yeah. All right, bro. Now we back. Last scene. Man got the shirt on. Appreciate that. Now, let's dig in deep with the engineering, man. When did you fall in love with engineering? Like, how did you know, what age was it when you knew that was your lane? Oh! Let's go.
But I will say it was literally all right. So I was 13 when I started on FL Studio. It used to be Fruity Loops.
Right.
Like everybody just called it that. But yeah, 13, and I was making beats for about a year. About year and a half. 15 is when I really started realizing that, artists just, they care about a beat, but it was becoming the age where everybody was just using YouTube beats type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, the real money that I'm going to be able to make right now is just setting up a studio. So, fast forward to from 15 to, I would say 18. Yeah, 18. I had my own studio at my own crib for about 4 years, or about 3 years. And in that time, I realized that was it's just where the money was and how I could reinvest back into producing, into other ventures. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was also just, I learned a lot of things in that time because I was also making beats. It was like you pulled up, one-stop shop. It was
right.
Like it was, and that's
everything in-house.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, and even if it wasn't, it was it was beautiful. It was the vibes. No ego. Shout out to all my people that really supported me and were there.
Yeah.
Y'all know.
Shout out to them, man.
For real, and it's like that's really what I'm trying to get back into.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like I need to venture out because I've never traveled. Right, I've only been to New Jersey. Got locked up there for real quick, and then fucking.
Sorry to hear that.
No, it's crazy, bro. I got locked up.
Shout out to Jersey. It's just the law enforcement
real,
out there. They're too much. They OD, man.
I love my Jersey.
Yeah.
Because
love the Garden
so many
State, man.
Showed love everywhere, and it's like I just need to. Because my girl's, she lives in Indiana. We just met and it was fate.
Yeah.
But I want to go out there.
Yeah.
There's a market out there.
Yes.
That will show me love for a little bit. And I need to feel that, And it's like, even if it's, whatever, a month, 2 months, or whatever it may be, just to travel around and get different feels and produce.
You get more creative. Trust me. It's to your advantage when you venture out. Yeah. You see how I'm just running marathons, right?
Yeah.
It's because I started all this in New York and I ventured out.
Classic Keys. Shout out my nigga Classic Keys, He's just doing his thing.
He ventures out, right?
Yeah. He's
and when he comes back home to RI, what's he doing? Running marathons, running laps, right?
Absolutely, bro.
You can't even catch up.
You can't. And that's the thing.
Because he's venturing out. He's experienced and he's around so many people from different walks of life. Yeah. It's to your advantage.
Exactly, bro.
You gotta leave to succeed, bro. Not move away. If you can move away, that's even better. But at least venture out. Get your feet wet. You gotta get inspired. You need to see there's more to life than RI and New York and
like I said,
people go to what? Virginia and Florida. That's it.
Bird in the cage. I feel like
there you go.
That's how my life's been, and now I'm finally venturing out. And sure, it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's new for me, but I'm so amped for this journey in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a great one with all my guys. My girl, bro. Shout out to everybody.
Right.
For real. Shout out Tone. Shout out Trail.
Shout out to all of them.
Shout out Cole. Shout out everybody who's just pushing me to be a better person. It's like I wouldn't be who I am without certain people, and that's how it is. And I just really want to do this not for just my family, but for all theirs, bro. This is so much bigger than just RI, bro. And I feel like that's what people just gotta start looking at it as, like, not local famous, bro. We want to be global famous, worldwide famous. Like, that's what I'm aiming for. You know what I'm saying?
So, how old were you when you knew this was your lane?
I was 13.
13, right. So 13. Now, what's the vibes and the energy gotta be like for you to do what you do and create them laying on the beats, man? Because I knew your work before I put a face to you.
Yeah.
Because, R.I.P. to D-Man, you know what I'm saying? And Hammer Hendrix. Everybody that passed on all sides, R.I.P. But please. I was in tune with D-Man's music a lot. And that's how I was in tune with laying on the beats. And then when I first met you, I was like, laying on the beats.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bro.
So. Shout out my nigga Hammer. Shout out my nigga D-Man.
Yeah.
That's how
Rest
it
in
started,
paradise,
bro.
man.
Because Hammer, D-Man, I met with Tune. Shout out Wood Boys,
Yeah.
Dirty Snow.
Shout out to the Wood. Hopefully I could get them on the platform. I'm going to let it happen organically, man. But they've been doing their thing for a while, man.
They just crazy, man.
The Wood Boys there.
And when I met Tune, it was like Dame was in jail. And then fucking, they were all in jail one at a time. So it was like, Tune was like the main nigga that hooked me and D-Man up.
Right.
And I said beats to tune, and fucking they did the capping joint.
Yeah.
And that's the first beat that I did not put my tag on. And I didn't give a fuck because it was just so good. They tagged, like, shout out Bucket Visions. He just tagged me.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Laying on the beat, so niggas knew. And it was beautiful.
Nah, but he jumped on more beats of yours that you had your tag, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But you're right, that capping, you didn't have your tag on there.
Nope. But it's like, it's just, you know what I mean? And it was just genuine, bro. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's like, that's all I'm looking for. Those genuine vibes. And people know, man. Shout out to the whole SOS, man. Like, they know.
Yeah.
I mean, Zach's doing his fucking thing. Everybody. Mahim Bey, my cousin Brian, you already know.
You know who I really fuck with? What's his name? Chris Hendricks.
Oh, yeah. Also 7 Key.
And what's his name? Zay Shakur. I'm sorry. Zach Shakur. Yeah, Zach Shakur.
He goes crazy, bro. They all do. Even Jinx. Jinx goes crazy, bro.
That music is different.
Everybody on SOS is on go, bro. When I tell you that shit, they all got crazy talent, my nigga. Like Mahim Bey, all them.
Yeah.
You don't even know, man.
I fuck with that name, Mahim Bey.
Everybody.
That shit
so
tough
many
right there.
people, bro. It's like, and they gonna do their own thing, man. They been doing their thing, you know.
Right.
So niggas know them, but it's like, now it's like I'm just you know, happy to be able to tell my story, you know. And that's all it is.
Speaking of your story, you know, what legacy are you trying to leave behind, man? What mark you trying to leave behind when it comes to just everything, when it comes with you, laying on the beat, the music? I'm sure eventually you're gonna, you know, go into the merch. You know what I mean?
Shit, yeah.
So, what do you see yourself leaving behind, bro?
So basically, I just have a lot of moves in the making right now. I'm not gonna make public because I feel like I was doing a lot more talking than acting. So I'm gonna just show it when it happens. But my legacy, I just want to be, you know, known as a person who made a mark on music in general, and known as a thorough person who provided for my niggas' families who are here, who are not here.
Put them in position.
Put them in position. Everything, bro. Like, we need y'all. It's like, this isn't just me. And I feel like this is why I say, when you work with me, leave the ego at the door, for real, because it's us, bro.
Yeah.
And that's how shit always needs to be. I know niggas don't fuck with this nigga, and this nigga's like, come on, bro. It's like, I get it, but it's like, this is why the perspective needs to change to be able to move forward. That's all it is.
Agreed.
And I feel like people are starting to see that, for real. Like,
if there's no blood loss on either end, I feel like a conversation could happen. There's no blood loss, you know, it leads in, I'm glad you spoke on that. Leave the egos at the door, because, you know, do you agree with this? If there's no blood loss or blatant disrespect of each other's deads, a conversation could happen.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That would stop a lot of shit.
I don't know.
It's a double-edged sword, because there's people, you may not diss each other's deads, but you're connected to people that they're dissing their deads. It could get tricky.
It's really tricky, and it's really like, think about it. You lose a brother. What are you thinking? You go numb for a minute, and then you're like, shit, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna crash out, because like, a part of you's gone.
Right.
You're thinking, fuck. I don't really give a fuck about my life at this point in time. It's just it's a horrible feeling, and I feel like that's what happens to everybody. And I feel like that one mistake that they do, they're defined for the rest of their life. And it's horrible, you know. Yeah. It's fucked up, because we're products of our environment, bro. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. Motherfuckers didn't just wake up one day and start robbing niggas. You know what I'm saying? They grew up learning from niggas who was robbing niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple, like. And I feel like people don't understand that. They just look at it like, oh, they thugs. It's like, no, this is real. This is real pain, bro. And that's what we bring in, is real pain, real perspective. You know what I'm saying? To this shit. And I'm just happy to be a part of that, you know? And that's why I fuck with you for even interviewing me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to say it again. It's crazy that this is your first interview. You know, and you worked with, you know, top tier artists from Rhode Island, like D-Man, you know, Hammer Hendrix, and other people. Like, I'm sorry I haven't said their names. You know what I mean?
Attempts to like put shit in place.
Yeah.
But it just never fell through. And shout out to everybody doing their thing, you know.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, it ain't no shade at all, of course. But it's like, you know.
We're calling a spade a spade.
Yeah, it's just, you know.
It's like, come on, bro.
And that's why I said my actions are just gonna prove shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do talking no more like that. This is great to be able to do an interview, and I fuck with you for even believing in me.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's just gonna be, after this, actions. You know what I'm saying? That's the imprint I'm gonna leave. Is
Facts.
That nigga stood on what he said.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
You know, I just feel like, this is what, especially I'm in this lane and I'm from RI and I'm supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
I better be fucking doing this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I better be embracing everybody and same energy with everybody. You know what I mean? On all sides. I better not be out there selective politicking and picking a side. You know what I mean? I better not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And thank you for, acknowledging that. You know what I mean?
I got it.
No.
It's real, recognized as real.
Facts. Now, if you could produce for any artist, dead or alive, from any genre, who would it be and why? And you can say a couple if you want, but remember, any genre and dead or alive.
Honestly, say.
That's a good question, huh?
Tory Lanez.
Of course, I knew he was gonna say Tory.
This is the reason. It's because
free that man.
Yeah, free that motherfucking man.
And I hope he recovers too, because his son just happened to him.
Yeah, I know the whole status situation. It's just ridiculous, but it's like.
It's prison.
Like I was listening, like let put it in perspective. I'm 28, right? 1996, baby.
Right.
So I was listening to Tory when he did Blow.
I was 10.
Like Blow, like I'm about to blow, like I'm about, like bro. He just like Mama Don't Cry. Like I'm talking about his mixtapes. Like when I heard those shits, I was like, he's different. He's different. Bro. He's like, not even different.
He was ahead of the time. There's so many mini Tory Lanez now.
He is a blueprint.
A blueprint, yeah.
And I was like about, I would say 16, 15 maybe. When 15, I'd say actually. 14, 15, no, actually 14, 13, because I'm talking, I found him at 2011, and he was just different than anything I ever heard. It was like, God damn, what was that first? Mission. The Mission. That was the first song I ever heard by him. The Mission. Ooh. Like, that shit was so beautiful. Like, it was like, this nigga's different. And this is when people weren't even like, he had numbers, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't like, and after that.
He was ahead of his time with that.
Yeah, and I was like, after that, he's, and it's funny, his name's Tory Lanez and I'm Lane.
Yeah.
It's just, it's like, he's just who I feel like I modeled my specific sound after a little bit too. Like influences, you say Drake, fucking Tory Lanez, and that's just it. I mean, whatever it is, but it's like I'm also spitting real shit. Like, but it's like if you get like Travis Scott, whatever, like influences from, those. Because I'm an engineer and fucking producer, so I understand what they're doing. Travis Scott, he's using flangers, reverb, and the fucking, all this shit. And it's like. I understand that, and it's like, even Tory Lanez, he uses a bunch of effects. I love him, bro. Every single one, he's heavy on reverb, auto-tune, fucking,
So you know it when you hear it.
Absolutely.
That's not a foreign language. To me, it's a foreign language. I just think it sounds good. But to you're listening to something different when you hear it.
So let me put it this way, too. All right, I'm a beat maker / producer / engineer, whatever you want to call it. But ever since I learned how to mix beats, and let me tell you, I was 13 when I started, didn't learn how to mix beats till 15. So 2 years. And so mixing a beat is basically dynamics, compression, mastering, all that shit, making it louder, gain, But I learned it in, every sound, like, because they call it, when you export a track out, it's like stems. It's like every individual sound that for the engineer so you can mix it better. But it's like every sound you put on an instrument, like reverb, delay, or flangers, like that. It's just effects. Like, it's the same thing you do on vocals. And that's how I became an engineer. You just got to learn it a little bit. The mixing and dynamics is it's different. But the effects are the same. And that's when I got into that, and I realized there's it's beautiful. And then I could also, spit my heart out when I want to. Like, facts. And, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. I'm just blessed. I love that for you, man. I'm proud of you, man. I'm not even religious either, but I can't help. But you said earlier you're big on energy. You're a spiritual person. Spiritual. Yeah. And I got to say praise God, because praise to the Most High. Yeah. It's like this is really divine energy that is coming in my life right now that's making a change. And I love it, And I love that for you, bro. I appreciate you more than you know, bro.
Likewise, bro. Likewise.
Thank you so much for interviewing, bro.
Of course, man. First of many, man.
And you already know,
you
bro.
remember where they fucking seen Lane on the Beat's first interview on Smoking Politics with me,
Come
man.
on, stop playing, bro. You already know. Stop playing.
For
Bro.
real, man. I'm doing a lot of
coming for
people's
real.
first time
We
fucking
coming
shit.
for real. So stop playing. We out of here.
Yo, who we here with?
I'm smoking politics with Giovanni, man.
I bet, so we
Everybody
lit.
pop out, man.
Yeah.
Subscribe, hit the bell, all that.
You know that shit.